Mr. Ambassador, thank you for sparing time for us. Let's start with the ongoing operation and its impact on bilateral relations. Going back a couple of years, there were concerns Turkey had raised multiple times. Were they all falling on deaf ears?
You will recall the telephone conversation between the two presidents, during which President Trump stated that the United States will terminate its support to YPG-PYD and that he has given instructions to the relevant US institutions to that effect. The other day, a statement came out from the Department of Defense in which they stated that the United States will continue supporting YPG-PYD as long as the fight with Daesh is fully completed. YPG-PYD, we have time and again stated to US authorities that that terrorist organization constitutes an existential threat for Turkey's security and stability. We would have expected the US authorities to take it into account and act accordingly.
Right at this time, that's come to this, where one US ally is attacking another NATO ally. How sustainable is this?
I mean, the US authorities should realize what they are doing, not only to Turkish-American relations, but for the future of Syria as well. I mean, just take a look at the emergence of Daesh, what they exploited in order to expand their area of control. YPG is doing the same thing. YPG-PYD is doing the same thing now, and they are doing it with the support of the United States. For the time being, they are controlling 25% of the Syrian territories. And what are they doing there? Just take a look at the Amnesty International reports, reports of Human Rights Watch, and other Syrian international humanitarian organizations. They all claim that YPG-PYD is changing the demographics in the areas that they control, and they are conducting ethnic cleansing, forceful recruitment of children, and so on and so forth. And from Afrin, they are sending rockets to Turkey, and they are killing Turkish people. And most probably they are using some weapons given by the US authorities to YPG-PYD that ended up at the hands of PKK terrorists that are used against the Turkish targets in Turkey. So this is not sustainable.
Is the US even taking these attacks seriously, given the possibility that some of the weapons might be coming from US? Do you think there will be any kind of investigations on mortar and rocket attacks, suicide attacks that took Turkish citizens' lives?
Well, I hope they are conducting an investigation in order to find out what's happening. There are requests on the part of certain US authorities, US media, and from other Western allies as well, in order to prevent civilian casualties during the operation which is conducted in the Afrin region. I did not see any request deployed on the part of those countries or authorities to YPG-PYD while they conducted their attack on Raqqa. They ruined the city. And there are civilians that were killed because of the mortar attacks, rockets that were fired from Afrin region to Turkey, to Turkish territories, and a number of casualties happened as a result of those attacks. I mean, the fight against terrorism should be conducted in a principled manner. You cannot make use of a terrorist organization in that fight. And you don't know the weapons that you provide to the terrorist organization will end up at the end of the day. They could be used against another ally. And I believe that it is the case on certain instances, certain attacks conducted by PKK in Turkey. So, I mean, they should terminate their support to YPG-PYD as an ally, and they should listen to Turkey's calls in that regard.
Turkish president made it clear that the entire border areas will be cleared from YPG terrorist elements, where the US forces are located. That includes the Manbij area. When asked in a recent press conference, State Department spokesperson did not identify Manbij as a red line, but did say that the US would be supporting the YPG. Where does this leave two countries?
All the border areas that are used as enclaves or bases by the terrorist organization to conduct terrorist attacks against Turkey and kill Turkish citizens, attack Turkish cities, towns, villages, should be cleared of those terrorists. Prior to the operation conducted on Manbij, the US pledged that after the liberation of the city, so-called liberation of the city, I should say, the YPG-PYD terrorists would leave Münbiç and cross the Euphrates River to the east. That did not happen. And we expect from United States to live up to its commitments in that regard. And also, if you look into the 2018 version of the CIA fact sheet, it's clearly stated that YPG-PYD is the Syrian branch of PKK. So there is ample evidence at the hands of US authorities that there is no difference in that regard.
Mr. Ambassador, it was a great pleasure to have you with us.